Another one of the things that were on your plate was a development camp. You get your young players in that played in the minors, played in junior last year, as well as the draftees this year. How did that camp go, and what did you learn about these young players, and what do we have to look for as far as your mind for the future of this hockey club?
Well, we get a lot of really good young prospects. Like, I'm really excited about our cupboards. Our cupboards are, I don't know if you can ever say they're full enough, because you always want more, but we've got a lot of really good young players, and not young players that have a chance of playing, you know, toward the bottom of your lineup. More guys that have a chance at least of playing, you know, in the upper parts of your lineup. So we're really excited about our young group. When you like your team right now and you're excited about your young guys coming, you're in a pretty good spot, and that's where I view us right now. Defenseman is an emphasis of mine. It's something that I don't believe you can win without. And we've got a number of guys, and I like our young prospects, but they all bring different things as well. Like, I'm specifically talking our D right now. We've got some puck-moving guys that can really skate. We've got some other bigger guys that are a little more defenders and nastier to play against. But I think the mobility and the skating and the skill of the group is really good, and we're looking forward to it.
Who would you look to have a good training camp and come in and surprise everybody? Would Scott Lawton be a guy that you're really looking at to be able to come in, not surprise, but say, hey, listen, it's his time. He's going to have the opportunity.
Well, nobody's going to be given a job here. Like, we've got our team, to me right now on paper, our team is our team. For a young kid to come in, he's going to have to beat someone out. Well, it's a lofty, it's going to be a lofty job for any young kid to come in and push someone off. And that's not to say it can't be done. I mean, there's, you know, probably 6 or 7 guys right now that you say, well, you know, if they come in and have a real good camp, they could start the season with the big team. On the other hand, we got to be really careful there. We don't want to force a guy into a level that he's not ready for. Also, don't want a young kid playing, you know, very few minutes at this level rather than playing at another level and playing a much bigger role. So I'm going to be a little bit cautious, isn't the right word, but I think ahead. Like, I mean, Scott Lawton last year is a good example, right? He came in, I know he played, I think, 5 games a year before. People think, well, Scott Lawton's going to make the team, and he was okay in training camp. You know, did he deserve a job on the team? Absolutely not. He went back to junior, and his game got ramped up 2 levels. Captain of the world junior team. I mean, I think he was in the top 10 in OHL in scoring, and he played a limited amount of games because of the World Juniors, and he really elevated his game. I can tell you right now he's going to be a better pro because of that. So that's one example of a kid that got the type of seasoning that he needs, and he might need more in the American League level. So, you know, training camp and first, you know, couple weeks there probably will show us.
I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up a player that has a lot of fanfare as far as his name is concerned. His nickname is the Ghost. He put on a heck of a show here during the winter, rather, in the NCAA final. Shane Gostisbehere. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on him.
Well, he's a good young player. He's a good prospect for us. He's got elite skating ability, mobility, puck moving skills. He's got a great shot. He's a very dynamic player. Offensively, he does a lot of really good things. Defensively, he's improved a lot. Big Shell Samuelson's been working with him actually throughout the year in Union there and talking to him a lot along the way. But he's got some work to do there as well. Typical of a young defenseman, or, you know, a young player really. But he's an exciting guy. Like I said, skating, mobility, shot, his playmaking skills, puck moving is all really, really good. Now, he's not a real big guy. So he's going to have to figure out how to play against big players, how to defend big players, you know, not get caught in the wrong side, using his stick very well defensively. And he's going to have to learn to pick his spots jumping up into the play. It's just not go, go, go. You go when it presents itself. You can't force it. So he's got some things to learn, but he's a real good, exciting young prospect for us.
Actually, thanks for taking the time. And we certainly look forward to seeing you very quickly at training camp.
My pleasure, Coatsy.